Hey Alphas, welcome back. Hope everybody's being safe and healthy. Drinking lots of water, vitamin C, whatever it is you guys need to do to stay healthy during this time. Praying for everybody, positive vibes, wishes, however you receive it. I'm just sending out love. And I just hope you guys are doing okay. So I actually wanted to, hello, this is Quarantine Diaries number 2. And I actually wanted to talk to you guys about quarantine life. I think there's a meme circulating the internet, I believe it was like last week or even this week, that said something to the degree of, and I'm just paraphrasing here, I think it was something to the degree of, if you don't come out of quarantine with a new skill or a new business venture, um, losing weight, etc., that you never lacked time, you lacked discipline. And a lot of people are getting heat for this specific meme because I think it triggers people in different ways. There's a lot of people who are saying, yes, I totally agree. You guys are just, you're wasting time. We always want time. Here it is. You guys aren't doing anything. And on the other side of the coin, I think people are saying that, no, this is an American conditioning or human conditioning. People say it in different ways. It's conditioning you guys to think, for people to think that our value is in our production, in the same way that a machine is valued in how much production it makes, and that we are not machines, we're people. So I can see both sides of the coin. I can totally agree with both sides of the coin to an extent. So I just want to know your guys' opinion. Like, where do you stand? Are you guys like, yes, you should be coming out with a new skill? Or are you more like, no, that shouldn't be placed upon me or anybody? Like, I want to know where you guys stand on that. And I guess if you were to ask me, I'd say it totally depends. I think it's case by case situation. In the same way that people right now are unemployed, people right now are on furlough, people right now are working from home like me. So thankful, so blessed. I hope it stays that way. And I do realize how lucky I am for that. And there's some people who are essential workers who are on the front line being exposed to, and just doing the duty. They're being the heroes of the world, and that everyone's in a different situation right now. So it's difficult on all parts, but I think that translates to this question too. Like, for some people, you have the time. Like me right now, I have some time to, adopt a new skill, learn a new language, which is what I'm doing. I'm actually trying to be bilingual in Spanish. I never say I'm bilingual. I say I speak Spanish. I could do it at work. I could do it in conversation, make a friend, and all that stuff, and like date. But I never feel comfortable saying I'm bilingual, because if you were to talk to me about medicine, politics, gender and stuff, I could not carry a conversation and come off and express myself in the way I would right now in this English language. So I'm taking that time to try to be bilingual. I'm also trying to learn Italian and French, because a goal of mine is to be a polyglot. I've always been attracted to that. I've always just been fascinated. So I'm gonna try. That's what I've been doing. And in the same vein, I feel like I have that opportunity, and I know I do. Some people have the same opportunity as I do, and they're choosing not to do it. And I mean, that's their business. That's fine. Is it productive? No, because you have the time and you know that. But again, it's not my business. It's nobody's business. It's just, it's gonna serve nobody else but yourself. So on the opposite side of the coin, some people, as I mentioned, say like, well, we're not based on productivity. That's what's wrong with everything. And I agree with this, because I've said this before, that I feel like Europeans and people who have been in Europe and they talk to me about it, I get the sense that Europeans before had always worked to live, whereas in America, we live to work. And I feel like that's kind of what the other side of the spectrum is saying. And in that regard, I totally understand. So again, it's just case by case. For some people, making the best of it is actually talking to their kids more. Maybe they're a working mom, working dad, guardian, whatever, and now they have time to talk to their kids. So that's how they're spending their time, and that's just as important and as productive as learning a new skill. It's just as important. It's just what can you do, and what do you want to do, and it's nobody's business but your own. So with that said, my question is, how are you guys? What do you guys think? Which side are you on? Or do you agree with me? 2, what have you guys been doing in quarantine? As I mentioned, I'm trying to learn those languages. Yeah, I would love to hear from you guys from Instagram, right here in the comment section. Don't forget to like and subscribe. But yeah, that's what I've been doing. Also, if you're like, why is she so dressed up? Getting dressed up. And hey guys, this is my natural hair, by the way. Braided it. Been trying to be on a hair journey, you know, and being extra like this is how I've always been, and this is what makes me happy. So that's what I've been doing, just trying to be extra, and you know, get ready, do my makeup. It keeps my spirits up. Like, what do you guys do? I really want to know. Maybe you guys will inspire me. But yeah, so just let me know. Transitioning from that, I wanted to talk to you guys about another thing I've been doing, which is rereading my favorite book. No, wait. Favorite book. Like my favorite book of all time since I've read it. I read this book when I was 22, when I broke up with my high school and college sweetheart. I was really down for about 3 weeks. Then I got over it because, you know, I was ready to let that go, but that's a whole other video. But point is, at that time, I was ready for more. I was ready to have my own life, to do things on my own, to make decisions, to just see what was out there. And one, I've always been like that. I feel like that's what attracted my partner to me. I know he said that before, but it also could be intimidating because he said that before. So, but that's just been me. So when I read this book, and this book is called The Alchemist, written by Paulo Coelho, and I'm so sorry if I'm saying it wrong because he's Brazilian, so he's speaking Portuguese, and I don't speak Portuguese. Maybe I'll learn that later. Don't know. But this book, The Alchemist, is the best, most inspiring and uplifting book and real book I've ever read. And I think I found it when I needed to. This book, on the back says, from the New York Times, this Brazilian wizard makes books disappear from others. Makes books disappear from stores. And the London Times says, Coelho's book have had a life enchanting effect on millions of people, and it has. It's so true. So if you guys want to know a little bit more about the author, it's totally on the back. That's him, Mr. Paulo. And The Alchemist. Now, what is The Alchemist? An alchemist is somebody, I guess, if you could relate it to the world, like a pharmacist. It's kind of what they called them back in the day. So that's in the sense. And the alchemist is a character in the book that plays a role in this young man's life. So what it is about is that this character, forget his name, but he's the main character, and he's basically the son of a shepherd, and he doesn't want to go into the family business. He has other dreams, other aspects of himself and the world that he wants to explore. And I couldn't relate to anybody more than this character. So this book focuses on this young man and him leaving his parents, his home, and the future that was laid out for him. A secure future, a future that was set probably from the day he was born. And it's secure, and I think that's something every person in the world is looking for, security in income, and that's what was provided to him. Was it his dream? No. Did he necessarily like it? Not really. But it was guaranteed in a world full of ups and downs, and it was safe. And he decided to risk it and leave and see what was out there. This book hit me so hard because I've always struggled. I feel like one of my flaws is not taking risks. I have to actively tell myself, this is a risk, just take it. If you fail, it's okay, because I try to be so on the line. So I really recognize this character, and it inspired me. Continuing, this book just has, I feel, the biggest lesson is to live your life. Make mistakes, continue on the journey. In this book, in the beginning, this young man, he meets a king in one of these cities. The king talks to him, a shepherd boy, and tells him that he's giving him a gift. And a gift are these two stones. And I want to make sure I got it right. He tells them that these two stones, I believe, are called Urim and Thummim, where one is black and one is white. And the black stone signifies yes, and the white stone signifies no. So in a way, this gift is to help him make decisions. But the king tells this young man, try to make decisions on your own. But if not, look to these for guidance. Keep these with you. So he does. And I think what's so great is, like, not too far later in the book, he comes across a new city. He's kind of having a good time. The reason the king gave him these stones was to go find a treasure in the pyramids. That there will lie his destiny, his greatest gift, his treasure that's been set for him, that's always been there. He just needs to go get it. So these stones are essentially a tool good for you to use, for the character to use to get there. And instead of going there as he was, told where this blessing would be, he gets sidetracked, and what happens? The stones get stolen. So I feel like in that lesson, when I was reading, I took it as you need to make decisions and you need to continue on. In the same time, I feel like that really told me that if you don't make decisions, other people will, and it could derail you or set you off course in a way that you didn't want. So there's just so much realness to this book. I absolutely love it. A little bit further along in the book, as he's trying to get to his treasure, and I won't give everything away, these are just some highlight moments to me that stuck out and that actually mirrored in my life afterwards, and I'll explain that later. What I mean is, he continues on his journey. He's faced with multiple people, multiple cities. He gains experience somewhere. He actually ends up somewhere along his journey where he likes, and he stays there, I think, for a couple of years. And then he has these dreams of when he met the king, and it's just hounding at him. And he had lost some years doing something he did like, but it wasn't for him. He decides to leave and set back course. So he does. And like I said, I've always, since I was young, been attracted to, I know this is going to be weird, but that character Belle from Beauty and the Beast, because Belle was smart. She was beautiful, she was smart, and she wanted more. I think of the song, she says something about going somewhere. I want more than I could say or tell. I'm paraphrasing. And I've always felt that, even as a young girl, 6, I want more. I want to experience people, cities, life. I want to experience life. So I totally relate to this man and this story of, just seeing new people, going on different adventures, learning things along the way, which he does. But essentially, this book is about choices. It's about, do you have the stamina? Do you have the desire? And do you have the mental determination to go get what is already yours? And I'm not gonna ruin the book for you, but it's an amazing book, and I highly suggest everybody reads it. And just going back to my point where I said art kind of started to mirror my life, is that in this book he meets a woman that he falls in love with, spends some time with her, and it does derail him from his treasure. And I think that's just such beautiful irony, that something so beautiful as love could even derail you. And that's just very matter of fact. That happened to me once, and I feel that not exactly the same way, but I had a really great love in my last relationship. It taught me a lot. And I'm just going to read a little bit from the book so maybe you guys can understand. Is that once he's with this woman for such a while, he starts having those dreams again because he still hasn't found his treasure. And this character, the woman that he falls in love with, really plays such a role. And I think in a small moment of showing what healthy love is, right love. And it says here in the book, he tells her about the dreams. Let's see. The woman says, her name's Fatima. She says to him, "You have told me about your dreams, about the old king and your treasure, and you've told me about your omens. So now I fear nothing, because it was those omens that brought you to me. And I am a part of your dream, a part of your personal legend, as you called it. That's why I want you to continue toward your goal. If you have to wait until the war is over, then wait. But if you have to go before then, go on in pursuit of your dream. The dunes are changed by the wind, but the desert never change. That's the way it will be with our love for each other. If I am really a part of your dream, you'll come back to me one day." And I guess I get emotional about that. So sorry. When I read it first, it was beautiful. Had no weight to it. But like I said, I read that when I was 22, ready for everything. And then at 20, a few months after, I met somebody. And like I said, I was ready to, do things and be single and do everything for myself. And then I met somebody and I was like, no, this is going to derail me from what I need, my purpose, of trying to figure out what that is, even the purpose of trying to figure out my purpose. It's going to derail me. And the thing is, the next love, my last love, he did not. He was just like her, just like Fatima in the book, saying, go for your goals, get what's yours. I will not stop you. I'm part of your journey. And just so supportive in that way. And it's funny how I read, it's like a foreshadowing in my own life, that I read this, the right kind of love, a supportive love that I never had like that, ended up being what I had months later. And as she mentioned, I mean, we're no longer together now. And that's a whole other video. We're not going to get into that. But just like Fatima told him, the main character, if I am part of your dream, if I am part of what's for you, you will come back to me. And that's kind of what the last thing me and my ex said to each other, that because we didn't end on bad terms. It's a whole other story, guys. We're good. We're even friends, fine. But we said, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. And we said that through our 2-year relationship. It's just, wow, it's the right kind of love. But just like, I won't tell you how it ends in the book. I won't tell you all the details of the book, but that's just so honest. It's so real. I've never read that in the book, how real that was. And then for that to happen to me too, it's just incredible. Of a little moment in that book of what healthy love is, right love. And how even right love could have bad timing. And it's decisions, But everyone has their treasure. Everybody has their personal legend, their personal story out there. And the whole purpose of the book, I really truly believe this, is choices and taking that risk and going for what is yours. So I really encourage you guys to read this book, especially if you have the time or the desire even just to read it. It's very short. Look at this. It's like a few pages. Let's see how many pages it is. It even has like a map so you can like picture it in your mind, what's going on. The book in total is 163 pages, guys. Look at this. 163 pages. That is not a lot. So you guys could do it. I highly, highly encourage it. And again, tell me what you guys think of the book. We could go over it. I really want to know what you guys think. And just connect with me and let me know what else you guys are doing that can inspire me to do in quarantine, because we're all locked in here together. So, yeah, that's the end of my video. All love, positive wishes. Stay home, stay safe if you can. But above all, stay safe. Besitos. Bye.